Minister James Cleverly.
Thank you, Mr McCabe. It's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship, and I am very grateful to the Right Honourable Gentleman, the member for Orkney and Shetland, for securing this debate and giving myself, on behalf of the government, as well as other honourable and right honourable members, the opportunity to speak positively, but also openly and frankly, about the UK's relationship with Qatar. I would like to pay tribute to the all-party parliamentary group for the work that they do and the commitment of its members to build on what is already a strong UK-Qatari relationship. Qatar is one of our closest allies in the region, and the group plays a crucial role in fostering those links through open and constructive dialogue. I had the pleasure of visiting Qatar myself in October, just a few weeks ago, as part of my official visit, part of my first official visit, actually, to the Gulf. And my time in Doha underlined to me the deep-rooted nature and the dynamism of our bilateral relationship, from trade and investment to energy and defence, from sport and culture to education and healthcare. And we've had a number of speeches today from honourable and right honourable members about those important areas, and I will touch on a number of them shortly. My good friend, my dear friend, the honourable member for Southend West, speaks almost as passionately about Doha as he does of his soon-to-be great city of Southend. And I do hope that I will get an official invitation to the twinning ceremony between Doha and Southend were that to happen. But he makes the point, a very, very important point, which is very true in terms of UK-Qatari relations, is that the person-to-person relationships matter hugely. And I was warmly welcomed by Minister of State for Foreign Affairs Sultan Al-Maraki and Lulwal Al-Qatar on my visit. And I was reminded that over 16,000 British nationals live and work in Qatar. And the UK is a second home to many Qataris. Indeed, there were a record 175,000 visits from Qatar to the UK in 2019, worth over £500 million to the UK economy. And I'm particularly pleased to note that since last month, travellers from Qatar can come to the UK without the need for quarantine on arrival. And I hope that in the near future, UK travellers will be able to visit Qatar under the same circumstances. And I would like to echo publicly the thanks that I made privately to Akbar El-Bakr, the CEO of Qatar Airways, to thank them for their invaluable support during the period of repatriation of British nationals. And in the intervening period, Qatar Airways has become the busiest international airline for passengers and cargo. And it played an essential role in the repatriation efforts of British nationals earlier this year, as I've said. The friendship between our nations...
Minister, because he's right to highlight the role of Qatar Airways. He'll also be aware, though, that as things now stand in relation to COVID, the contribution of Qatar in respect to the Gavi summit has been very significant. Would the Minister say, well, first of all, recognise that contribution and see how we might now build on that as the vaccination comes live in this country, and we need to share that expertise around the globe?
Yeah, I thank the Right Honourable Gentleman for highlighting that. And I was struck, and I've said this both publicly and privately, that it was during these times of intense difficulties that the strength of these bilateral friendships has really come to the fore. And this is particularly true, as he says, in relation to the vaccine summit. And I have no doubt it will continue to be true in terms of the distribution of the vaccine or the vaccines as we collectively, globally, take this fight to COVID. During my visit, I was fortunate to build on the engagement that had recently been made by my right honourable friend, the Foreign Secretary, the Defence Secretary and the Home Secretary, all of whom have met Qatari ministers in recent months. And it's these close ties that allow us to engage on difficult topics and influence change. In line with many of the commitments of colleagues today, the UK government does not shy away from raising human rights concerns whenever and wherever required, in public as well as in private. And we welcome the announcement of elections to the Shura Council, and we look forward to watching those go ahead. We also welcome the concrete steps that Qatar has taken to date on workers' rights. These include significant reforms on the abolition of exit permits, as has been mentioned, for almost all workers, and a non-discriminatory minimum wage. We now hope for full implementation of these measures. Everyone deserves the right to work safely and securely, whether in Qatar or in the UK or indeed anywhere else. We continue to engage regularly with international labour organisations and explore areas of their work where the UK can add particular value. And we stand ready to further assist and support Qatar's continued efforts to implement change. I will.
Labour relations. I do believe, in my contribution, I referred to the fact that the reforms haven't went far enough. Could the Minister perhaps give us some indication of what the government is doing to ensure that the reforms do go that stage further to protect the workers' rights, which we all want to see? Thank you.
Yes, I thank the Honourable Member for that. And this is an area that we do discuss regularly, and I indeed have discussed with my interlocutors from Qatar, and I think they understand that, and I'll come on to this shortly in the speech, they understand that the hosting of the World Cup does mean the eyes of the world, the attention of the world are directed towards them, and that gives them an opportunity to demonstrate progress. And I do very much get the feeling that they embrace the opportunity to make progress and demonstrate that progress, and the World Cup provides an opportunity for them to do so. Many members have spoken of the strong trade and investment links between our two countries, providing jobs, and I'm very pleased that we have representatives from all the home nations of the United Kingdom, because our bilateral relationship provides jobs in all corners of the UK, and supporting the government's levelling up agenda is something that this relationship could help support as we build back better post-COVID. Trade between the UK and Qatar currently stands at just over £7 billion, of which £4.3 billion is from UK exports. Qatar is the third largest export market in the region for British firms. Qatar is, of course, also a major investor in the UK, playing a huge role in a variety of developments from Chelsea Barracks, just a short walk from here, to Middlewood Locks in Manchester, to Get Living's built-to-rent scheme in Glasgow. Direct investment is currently estimated at £40 billion, and that figure is growing. In October, Qatar Petroleum announced a long-term contract with National Grid for capacity on the Isle of Grain natural gas import terminal, east of London. Just as with the South Hook terminal in Wales, this agreement will help secure jobs in the areas and strengthen the UK's energy security. The Honourable Gentleman also talked about renewable energy and the importance of that. And just this week, the Lord Mayor of London has been in Doha, furthering the financial services link between the two countries and the City of London. And this builds on the groundbreaking decision by Qatar National Bank recently to issue its first green bonds. The first for Qatar. And that bond issue, that green bond issue, was done on the London Stock Exchange. And we speak with Qatar, as we do with all countries around the world and in the region, and we encourage them to be bold in their nationally defined contributions ahead of COP26 later on this year. Qatar and the UK also share an enduring defence partnership. most notably through the Joint Typhoon Squadron, as has been mentioned, the first joint air squadron since the Second World War. And only yesterday we saw the completion of exercise Epic Skies. Proper, that's the good name for an air exercise, Epic Skies, a joint exercise between the RAF and the Qatari Emiri Air Force. Similarly, we maintain close working relationships with the Qatari law enforcement agencies. Fighting the scourge of terrorism is a global and shared challenge, and we welcome the steps that Qatar has taken in recent years, including a new law on combating money laundering and terrorist financing. Much of our cooperation in recent years, unsurprisingly, has been around the World Cup. The World Cup has driven collaboration across commercial, defence and security areas. During my recent visit, I had the opportunity to tour the Education City Stadium, one of the World Cup venues, and see for myself Qatar's ambition for the tournament and the obvious pride that it takes in hosting it. And British creativity will be front and centre, from the Al Janoub Stadium, designed by the late British-Iraqi architect Zaha Hadid, to the role that the UK company Tech Niche plays in their cooling vests for construction workers. And speaking about engagement, I specifically raised the issue of LGBTQ football fans with the World Cup Supreme Committee head, Hassan El-Thwadi, and I was very pleased that he engaged fully and properly with this issue. It is something that they take seriously, and as I say, they want to demonstrate to the world. So obviously they want to demonstrate to the world the progress they're making. In all, the 22 World Cup has led to over 1 billion of UK export wins. And I hope that the home nation football teams that qualify, and of course I'm a minister for the whole of the UK, so I will be agnostic as to which of the home nations do better. But I hope our home nation teams do well. Beyond sport, many of you have noted the important role that Qatar plays in regional and global issues. We commend Qatar's support for peace in Afghanistan, acting as the host for an ongoing Afghan peace negotiations. Qatar is an important development and humanitarian partner for the UK, and we are keen to deepen and further this as we look forward to 2021 and beyond. And we're encouraging our Qatari counterparts to play a leading role in tackling climate change, as I say, ahead of COP26. Finally, following encouraging signs of progress over the weekend, I would like to reiterate the UK government's position regarding the Gulf dispute. As the Honourable Member for Stirling has made, the GCC is very important to us. GCC unity matters, and the security and stability of for the security and stability of the region. It's an issue that I bring up with all our regional partners. We continue to engage with our Gulf friends on this issue, and we firmly get behind and we praise Kuwait's mediation role in this issue. In conclusion, Mr McCabe, Qatar is a close friend and an important ally to the United Kingdom. As we approach Qatar's National Day next week, and the 50th anniversary of our official diplomatic relations, the UK stands committed to work with Qatar in pursuit of all our shared objectives and in pursuit of solutions to global challenges. I'm torn. I don't want to eat into my right honourable friend's time.
Alistair Carmichael.